Time up for Roman Reigns. What Brock Lesnar did was terrifying. Buddy Matthews jealous of Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. Major plans for Randy Orton's WWE return. Released WWE superstar clears up rumors of issues with the Bloodline. Bad Bunny to challenge Roman Reigns at Summerslam. Cody Rhodes shouldn't worry about Roman Reigns, and more. Let's jump right into it. What Brock Lesnar did was terrifying. Senior wrestling journalist Bill Apter recently opened up about Brock Lesnar brutally attacking Cody Rhodes on this week's edition of WWE Raw. Though the American Nightmare secured a win over Lesnar at Backlash 2023, he couldn't escape his wrath the following night on the red brand. The Beast incarnate interfered in the first-round match in the tournament to crown the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Just when Cody was inches close to winning the bout, Brock Lesnar appeared and took him out. The former Universal Champion brutally assaulted Cody Rhodes before challenging him to a rematch at Night of Champions 2023. Later in the night, the American Nightmare accepted the challenge and made the bout official. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast hosted by Mac Davis, Bill Apter deemed Brock Lesnar's actions terrifying. Brock has now caused Cody to be eliminated from the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, and what he did to Cody on Monday Night Raw this week was terrifying. If you're a wrestling fan and if you're really into it, especially younger fans, what Brock did was terrifying. "I want to fight," said Bill Apter. After witnessing raucous reactions at Backlash 2023, watching Raw was an underwhelming experience for fans as the Jacksonville crowd was mostly muted. As such, it didn't come as a surprise when it was reported that WWE added piped-in crowd reactions during Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes' segment. Considering it's the biggest storyline on the red brand, letting it play out to silence would have undermined the impact of the angle. Though adding fake boos salvaged things up to a certain extent, it wasn't entirely authentic. Buddy Matthews jealous of Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. Wrestling Twitter is going gaga over Rhea Ripley calling Dominic Mysterio breathtaking. At this point, the Nightmare isn't shying away from making her feelings known when it comes to Dominic Mysterio. The duo has gotten incredibly close over the past few months. Ripley has been posting romantic messages on her Twitter handle for the Judgment Day member one after the other. A fan recently shared a picture of Dominic and referred to him as literally breathtaking. Rhea Ripley noticed the tweet and quickly agreed with the statement. The Eradicator's tweet received a bunch of hilarious reactions from fans, with many of them feeling sorry for Buddy Matthews, Ripley's real-life boyfriend. Ripley recently shared a photo with Dominic Mysterio on Instagram. The picture received an interesting response from Buddy Matthews. The Nightmare recently had a chat with Michael Fairman and opened up about her on-screen relationship with Dominic Mysterio. She revealed that she didn't think that the storyline with Dom would work. "Once I found out that Dom was on the same page as me, it just clicked. It works so well, right? Yeah, I never thought that it would work, and I don't think Dom thought it would work either, especially because we barely really talked beforehand. It was just like a hi-bye. Yeah, I mean, we just said hello and how are you, and that's about it. But like being a part of the women's division, I'm so far away from the men's division. But now I'm a part of the Judgment Day, so I'm more in it with. So I get to make all these new friends." Fortunately, the storyline took off, and Rhea and Dominic are two of the most entertaining acts on WWE TV today. It would be interesting to see how far WWE manages to take this romantic angle. Have you been enjoying Rhea Ripley and Dominic's romantic exchanges on Twitter lately? Sound off in the comment section below. Major plans for Randy Orton's WWE return. Randy Orton has been missing from WWE for quite a while now. The superstar has had a career spanning almost 3 decades, winning almost everything there's to win. However, thanks to a back injury, the star has not been able to compete. Now there have been some comments about Orton returning recently. According to a report, Orton might return soon, just when Drew McIntyre finishes up with the company. Now, while fans wait for his return, there's a chance that WWE might have major plans. While there have been discussions about Orton's serious injury keeping him out longer, the star might be ready to return with no one aware. The upcoming Night of Champions is already one of the most talked about shows in WWE, with the new World Heavyweight Champion to be crowned. On the Raw side, Seth Rollins sealed his place in the final of the tournament, while the SmackDown side is yet to be decided. However, whoever finally qualifies to challenge to become the inaugural champion at Night of Champions, there might be a shock waiting for them. No matter who wins, Randy Orton could return to hit the RKO on them after the match, making his intention to challenge them clear. Randy Orton has won the WWE Championship 10 times in his career and held the World Heavyweight Championship 4 times. Now, if he challenges for the new World Heavyweight Championship and wins against whoever wins it in the tournament, he will become a 15-time world champion. That would place him only 1 title win short of John Cena and Ric Flair's 16-time world champion record. With that win, he would place himself in the best position to be the one to eventually break the record himself. Do you want to see the Viper win the new World Heavyweight Championship? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Brock Lesnar to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Bill Apter recently stated that Brock Lesnar could could disrupt things at Night of Champions 2023 and walk out with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The Saudi Arabia event will witness the crowning of the new World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins was the first name to advance to the finals after he won his three-way match and then defeated Finn Balor in the main event of Raw. Two more triple threat bouts will go down on SmackDown, the winners of which will meet in the show's closing bout to determine Rollins' opponent. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast hosted by Mac Davis, Bill Apter pitched an insane idea for who should win the new title. Apter wondered what if Brock Lesnar somehow found himself involved in the tournament and emerged as the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. What if Brock Lesnar disrupts everything in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions and he winds up somehow with that belt, said Bill Apter. Teddy Long liked Bill Apter's idea, adding that having the Beast Incarnate as the champion could lead to Cody Rhodes chasing Lesnar's title and Roman Reigns. Like I said, that's a possibility. I like that, Bill. That's really good. Now you really got someone for Cody to chase Brock instead of Roman, added Teddy Long. On a recent episode of Legion of Raw, Vince Russo bemoaned how WWE often booked Brock Lesnar's segments in the opening hour of shows, possibly due to a clause in his contract. Russo thinks the Beast Incarnate's contract allowed him to leave the arena after wrapping up his segment and not wait until the show would end. Vince Russo feels this prevented the creative team to come up with cliffhanger angles for Lesnar, as he wouldn't even be around in the arena. I swear, bro, seriously, there's definitely a clause in Brock Lesnar's contract that he's got to get a flight out that night. There's definitely a clause, because the fact that they don't say stuff until the end with Brock, and they always shoot it within the first hour of the show, then he is gone. I swear, bro, part of his contract has to be, I am in and out on the same day. And I never know why you would give someone a contract like that. I don't care who you are, said Vince Russo. Though Brock Lesnar may have lost to Cody Rhodes at Backlash 2023, the two would now have a heated rematch at Night of Champions. Released WWE superstar clears up rumors of issues with the Bloodline. There is always speculation regarding the Bloodline when it comes to social media, whether it be from a fan, a former talent, or someone on the current roster. Everyone has something to say about Roman Reigns' dominant faction. A member of the WWE Universe recently asked Nia Jax if there was some beef between herself and the Bloodline. This was something the Irresistible Force was happy to squash immediately, tweeting back, "Zero beef. They're going over their match and production is testing the Tron. But I'm sure it'll be a scandal somewhere," Nia Jax said in a tweet. Jax made a one-off appearance during this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. She entered the bout at the number 30 spot, and it took 11 superstars to eliminate her. This year's Women's Royal Rumble match was won by Rhea Ripley. The Eradicator went on to defeat Charlotte Flair to become the SmackDown Women's Champion at WrestleMania 39. For the first time since the Raw after WrestleMania 39, Roman Reigns will grace the WWE Universe with his presence this Friday night on SmackDown. During his time away, the Usos have failed to recapture the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. There have also been plenty of hints that suggest that Solo Sikoa is being primed to turn on his brothers Jimmy and Jay at the request of the Tribal Chief. With Roman Reigns returning to SmackDown this Friday, it's likely something big will be going down with the Bloodline sooner rather than later. Will the Usos remain on the island of relevancy, or will Reigns and Sikoa cast them off to the ocean of obscurity? We'll find out soon enough. What do you make of Nia Jax's tweet? Are you glad to hear that she doesn't have any beef with the head of the table's faction? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Bad Bunny to challenge Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns' domination over WWE could finally be set to come to an end, and there may only be one man for the job. WWE's Backlash event in Puerto Rico was wildly successful, and a big reason why was the performance of Bad Bunny. He has shown what he is capable of in a wrestling ring and was able to defeat Damian Priest in his first singles match, which was a brutal street fight. There is now talk that WWE could be planning for Bunny to make his return to be part of SummerSlam, and it's likely that he could get the nod to challenge Roman Reigns. After all, Logan Paul was given a shot at the Tribal Chief after just a handful of matches, and Bunny has already proven that he has what it takes to challenge Reigns. There could also be an interesting storyline in place here, since Bunny has the backing of the LDO, who could be on hand to neutralize the Bloodline if needed. Bad Bunny was able to overcome both Damian Priest and the Judgment Day at Backlash, and by the time SummerSlam rolls around, he'll be healed up enough to take on Roman Reigns as well. At present, Reigns doesn't have any challengers on SmackDown because the company is focused on the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, despite the Tribal Chief making his return on SmackDown. Bunny could finally be the man to dethrone Reigns, or at least finally pin him after more than 3 years of domination in WWE. The stranglehold that the head of the table has had over the company could finally be coming to an end, and Bad Bunny could be the key to a new era in WWE. Do you think Bad Bunny is the right challenger for Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Newly crowned WWE World Champion to be confronted with a massive threat in Saudi Arabia. Will the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion have a gigantic target on their back at Night of Champions? Either Either Seth freaking Rollins or a yet-to-be-determined SmackDown superstar will be crowned the first-ever World Heavyweight Champion in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions. It's yet to be announced how things will be handled if a SmackDown superstar wins this championship that's designated for Raw, but once a champion is crowned, their first challenger will likely show themselves sooner rather than later. With Brock Lesnar currently scheduled to face Cody Rhodes in a match on the same show, one can't rule out the Beast incarnate immediately throwing his name into the hat as a challenger for the new championship. As long as Roman Reigns remains the undisputed Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar can't challenge for that title, so it would make sense if he would go after a title he can actually win. While Brock Lesnar is coming off of a loss at Backlash and could very well lose again at Night of Champions, it wouldn't be the first time that the company ignored someone's win-loss record in order to make a big match for a future premium live event. If Seth freaking Rollins becomes the new champion, he could square off against the Beast incarnate again, as Rollins defeated Lesnar in 2 separate singles matches in 2019 to become the Universal Champion. With Cody Rhodes still on a mission to get back to Roman Reigns, even if he secured a second win against Lesnar, it's safe to assume you wouldn't go after the new championship. Are you excited about the crowning of a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion in Saudi Arabia? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Cody Rhodes shouldn't worry about Roman Reigns. Teddy Long believes Cody Rhodes shouldn't worry about Roman Reigns anymore, as his focus must be Brock Lesnar after this week's WWE Raw. The American Nightmare walked out with a surprise win over the Beast incarnate at Backlash 2023. While most predicted a one-sided beatdown by Brock Lesnar, Cody shocked fans after turning a Kimura lock by Lesnar into a pinfall for the win. However, things were far from over between the two, as Lesnar laid out Cody Rhodes on Raw and challenged him to another match. Being the fighting babyface he is, Cody accepted the bout for Night of Champions. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast hosted by Mac Davis, Teddy Long first praised Brock Lesnar. The WWE legend compared him to Chris Jericho, saying both could sustain their heat back even after losing. The Hall of Famer also pointed out that Lesnar's attack on Cody Rhodes was so heinous that the latter should be focused on exacting revenge and not worry about Roman Reigns and the undisputed Universal title. Brock is a guy just like Chris Jericho. That could beat him. He knows how to get his heat back, and he showed you that this past week on Raw. But now it's really more interesting because Cody shouldn't even worry about Roman Reigns and that title. I'll make it personal. Now you really want to get Brock. He has defamed you and embarrassed you, said Teddy Long. The former SmackDown general manager explained that though Cody Rhodes still wanted to finish the story, the feud with Brock Lesnar should be his bigger worry now. Teddy Long applauded WWE's creative team for their booking, saying they were progressing in the right direction by building Cody to secure another major win. So that title he wanted, but it doesn't mean anything now. What means now is for you to get another victory over Brock Lesnar. I don't know when's that happening, but they are certainly headed in the right direction, said Teddy Long. Roman Reigns will return to WWE on this week's SmackDown and lay the seeds for his next title defense, possibly at Night of Champions 2023. Time up for Roman Reigns. The wrestling world is abuzz with reactions after Baron Corbin, the last man to pin Roman Reigns in WWE, talked about bringing back an old character. The 38-year-old was a force to be reckoned with during his Lone Wolf gimmick, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on his main roster debut at WrestleMania 32. While he has had multiple gimmick changes over the years, none of them have courted the interest of fans in a similar way. Corbin has been treading water over the last several months and hasn't been involved in any notable feud. His alliance with JBL also did not last long, as the modern-day wrestling god character failed to gain any traction. During a recent interview, the former United States champion stated that he would love to bring back certain aspects of the Lone Wolf character, causing a major uproar among fans on Twitter. Triple H introduced the World Heavyweight Championship, following which many stars expressed their desire to win the big gold belt. During a recent interview with Catch Club, Baron Corbin also threw his name in the hat, adding that he would love to face Roman Reigns after winning the newly minted title. I want a shot at this new title. One of my favorite titles in WWE history is that heavyweight championship with the big thing. And I always remember like Batista wearing it, Edge having it, and it was always so cool to me. So to get one that kind of signifies that would be amazing. Then one day I think it would be epic to be champion versus champion. Myself as heavyweight champion on Raw and Roman Reigns as Universal Champion, and we go to war over the two. It will be amazing, Corbin said. Baron Corbin went undrafted during the 2023 draft and is currently a free agent. The former NXT star will be in action on SmackDown this week, where he will take on Cameron Grimes in the latter's main roster debut. Roman Reigns, meanwhile, will be making his return to WWE programming on Friday after a brief hiatus. The Tribal Chief is likely to address the ongoing issues within the Bloodline, with Solo Sikoa nearly attacking Jey Uso at WWE Backlash. Were you also a fan of Corbin's Lone Wolf character? What are your thoughts on Baron Corbin possibly bringing back his old gimmick? Sound off in the comment section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me